Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhya Vadharanam Sa Śraddhā Katita Sadbhir Yaya Vastupalabhyate. Shastrasya, of the scriptures, Guru Vakyasya, of the words of the preceptor, Satya Buddhya Vadharana, readily understanding their exact import, Sa, that, Śraddhā, as faith, Katita, is told, Sadbhihi, by the wise, Yaya, by which, Vastu, the real, Upalabhyate, can be gained. Firm acceptance of the scriptures and Guru's instructions as truth is called Śraddhā, or faith, by sages, by means of which the reality is perceived. Namaste. So faith is the instrument by which one perceives reality. This is given in all Shastras. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, there are many quotes about faith, but here's a good one. Śraddhā var labhate jnanam tatparas sangyatendriya jnanam labdva parang shantim achirendadhigacchati. A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace. Agyascha shradhanascha saṅshayatma vinashyati nayang lokosti na paro nasukham saṅshayatmanaha. But ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness, they fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor the next. So I can say from experience, the only reason I was able to attain realization is that I have faith. Faith in the scriptures, faith in the Guru's instructions. And I followed them. Or at least I tried to. Many times I couldn't reach the standard, but I didn't stop trying. And in that is the answer to all problems. To attempt to reach the standard of discipleship, even though one cannot reach it, persisting in that attempt creates something indescribable. Transcendental identity, you could call it. Certainty, trust, surety in the instructions of the scriptures, and so on. That faith was defined by my Adi Guru as unflinching trust in the divine. So the scriptures are coming from the divine. The process of sadhana is coming from the divine. Service to the Guru is coming from the divine. Because the Guru is the representative of the divine. And the Guru is the one who awakens us to divine service. When this service is performed 24/7, or at least attempted if it can't be performed, then one can see the truth. So this is predicated on the attainment of all the previous states, such as Shama, Dhamma, Titiksha, and so on. That one must have attained these qualities to have faith. Without personal purity, there is no faith, because there is no practice. Real purity means to take the instructions in the scriptures and the instructions of the spiritual master seriously and attempt to perform them as much as possible. Even if one can't perform them perfectly, at least one can try and not give up. That's the important thing. Because if we give up, then we're going to rationalize that, oh, those instructions aren't really so important. See? And the other thing is that one must have the right object of faith. One must have faith in the divine. That means God. And in the instructions of the Shastra and the Guru. One must trust them and not others. Don't trust material religious organizations. They will cheat you. They will simply extract as much value from you as possible, and when you're broke and down, they will reject you. This is my experience. But put your trust in the self-realized persons because they have integrity. They are trustworthy. They will not let you down. They are kind. They are good. But the organizations around them, if any, are poison. Don't get involved. Remain a guest. That is my sincere advice after many years of experience with different organizations. Why? An organization is an abstraction. It's a concoction. It's a fabrication. It doesn't really exist. And its only purpose is to propagate its own existence. Because they don't really exist, they have to work really hard at appearing to exist. So the whole abstraction, the whole false story of a religious organization is that it is an extension of the divine, of the Guru, or of God. But this can't be true, because what is an organization? It's only an agreement, a verbal agreement among several people, maybe many people. Doesn't make it any different in quality. So even though one's guru may have a big organization around him, that doesn't mean that organization actually represents him. In fact, it's usually quite the opposite. We've seen that with ISKCON, my Adi Guru's organization. We've seen that with the community around Osho, Rajneesh. We've seen it in the Ramanashramam, the organization built on Ramana Maharshi's teachings, supposedly. When they come out and endorse other teachers who are not teaching the same thing as the founder, in many cases teaching the opposite thing. Like, look at Buddhism today. It's become a church. They're teaching the opposite of what Buddha taught. Buddha, once you learned his teaching, he would say, go off alone to some secluded place and do what has to be done. But do the Buddhists do that now? No, they have meditation groups. Nonsense. Buddha never taught that. And he never taught that he should be worshipped as a religious icon, as a statue in a temple. He would flip if he came back and saw that. But he's not going to come back because he's gone. Gate, parigate, parisamgates bodhisvaha. He is gone. So how are you going to worship him if he's gone? Concoct some kind of idol and then bow down to it? It's nonsense. It's exactly the opposite of what Buddha taught. So, it goes on and on. I could tell a million stories, but I'm not going to. Because if you're a little bit intelligent, you know that it's the truth. So have faith, yes, in the right things. The scriptures, the self-realized guru, and follow their instructions. But the problem is today, nobody has faith. Nobody has any trust because they've been cheated so much. And they never give their trust to anybody. But here's how you develop trust. Try it. Follow the instructions and see what is the result. If you get the result, the instructions are true. You can trust that. So you try some experiments. You go through the scriptures. You try following the instructions and see what happens. See if you get the result. If you follow the other qualities that have been given here, you will develop faith. You will develop trust in the scriptures and in the Guru. And then that is the basis for the final two qualities coming up in the next shlokas.
Om Tat Sat Om Shakti Om